This is All India Radio. Life must go on. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar presents Science Serial Life Must Go On, based on understanding and managing sustainable development. Let's listen to episode number 48, titled Disposing Waste the Environmental Style.
Again, I'll be late to work.
I'm getting late. It always happens. I don't understand what it is.
Someone just go and ask them to just clear off the roads, Baba. How can they do such a thing? It is not possible.
My children are waiting.
Why the hell are you
What the hell is this? Why are we being held up?
All bullshit. Who is the fool creating this chaos?
Hey, kick him off the road, dirty idiots.
God knows when I can reach home. The whole family is waiting for me. The priest won't be able to start the puja unless I reach.
And what about me? My mother is seriously ill. I was going to pick her up and admit in a city hospital. But this is so terrible. Who knows when we will be able to move?
Listen, people. There is a roadblock set by local residents. We are persuading them to lift the block, but they have not agreed to our proposal till now. We cannot assure you of any time limit by which the road blockade will be lifted. Please bear with us.
This is something pathetic. There's always this problem. Anu, I was asking you to take the other route. Who told you to come this way?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know there's going to be such a traffic jam here.
Okay. My friend informed me over the phone that they have blocked the railroad as well.
What?
Yeah.
That is so strange. They are making people suffer for what bogus reasons now? God knows what's going on with them.
Oh, alright. My friend told me the reason as well. So there is one huge landfill here. It must be around a kilometer from here. And the administration, they have decided to open up another landfill just adjacent to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and the local inhabitants are aggrieved of the decision.
What is a landfill, Papa?
Oh, come on. Excuse me, but why shall we bear with their whims, huh?
Papa, tell me no. What is a landfill?
Okay, Sham. A landfill is where all the garbage is dumped, huh? All the garbage that is collected from various places every day are deposited there, huh?
Papa, what is a garbage?
Oh, not again. Stop your barrage of questions. Why did you come down from the car? Go back quickly.
Come on, he's just a kid. It is natural for him to ask. Sham, garbage is what is not useful. The things that you throw away, like empty bottles, peels of vegetables, like those.
I threw my broken train yesterday. That is also garbage, Auntie.
Of course it is. Now, please go back to the car. Your mom must be concerned. Go.
Listen, everyone. People, the roadblock has been lifted.
Okay. Such a relief.
We shall have to ensure that there is no further trouble. Please move slowly and do not try to overtake. Help us to maintain order.
Okay.
What a relief. Let us hurry up. Who knows when the situation might change?
That's right. Let us just move fast.
Okay, So, Surama, we were successful in organizing today's blockade, huh? But will that change the situation?
Yes, I want to ask the same question. Will the authorities listen? Will they stop this process of starting a new landfill?
What do you think, man? Are we doing anything wrong? Shall we go for another such strike?
But will that be legal, ma'am?
I can understand your worries. Look, we are not agitating for any personal gains. This issue of garbage disposal is linked to our health and our survival.
And our livelihood as well.
Definitely. So we are doing a satyagraha, remaining within the ambit of the law of land. Whatever we did today was symbolic. We have already written to the authorities about our concern, and we believe that they will understand our plight.
So, ma'am, you mean to say that today's blockade was just to draw their attention?
Absolutely. We are committed to ensuring smooth passage of all people through this land. But we have a right to healthy living as well.
But ma'am, I have never heard of anyone putting up some blockade just because of garbage disposal. Are we the first one to do so?
Yes, that's why I insist on reading the daily newspaper, Tarun.
Oh.
It is not just the villagers like us that are agitated over garbage disposal. Look at the developed cities. Residents there are similarly troubled.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, of course. Take, for example, Bangalore, such a beautiful city and our information technology capital.
But, ma'am, what has happened there?
In recent times, there have been reports of agitation by people living in high-rise apartments. They have come out on the streets to show their strong disapproval about garbage disposal in the city.
Yes. I watched on TV that there is some strict order about some lake.
Yes, and I'm so happy, Varun, that you raised that point. In fact, the National Green Tribunal cracked its whip on civic agencies responsible for maintenance of the Bellandur Lake.
Okay.
Added to this, the closure notice served by the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board to 97 factories.
And that is wonderful, ma'am. That is a huge step. Then, we are not alone.
Of course not.
Landfills must be causing hazards just the way we are experiencing it.
Yes, those are turning into hazardous spots now. Think of the Deonar dumping ground in eastern Mumbai. It is spread across 326 acres with trash mountains as high as 30 meters.
30 meters?
Yeah, the equivalent of a 9-story building. It is the biggest of the city's 3 dumping grounds and receives 5,500 metric tons of waste every day.
I see. But why are you mentioning it in particular?
That's because in the year 2016, there was fire in that landfill and it spewed so much of smoke that life came to a standstill for a couple of days in adjoining areas.
That's frightening, ma'am.
Yes, Suramma. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. It had to shut down its 74 schools as the smoke from the ground veiled the area, causing breathing difficulties. The smoke was also visible in the image taken by satellites used by American Space Agency NASA.
Okay.
It draws such a bad picture, ma'am. But are we the only country to have such bad landfills?
No, not at all. Landfills are a major problem in developed countries as well.
Is that so?
Yes, because landfills pose a risk of leaking toxins and contaminating local water sources.
Really? Developed countries are facing the same problem.
The list of hazards is still not complete, Varun. Think of the global warming. Landfills contribute to global warming as well. One figure I distinctly remember. That was in the year 2008. US landfills released 30 million metric tons of methane.
That's a lot.
And every scientist knows the warming potential of greenhouse gases.
So there are so many sad examples to show that bad dumping habits could be so harmful. And yet, people are not listening.
Ma'am, listen to me, ma'am. Suppose there are no landfills, okay?
Okay.
No landfills, nowhere. Then where on earth would the garbage go?
Come on. That is not for us to think. We won't allow trash from others choke us to death. That is all we understand.
Patience, Varun, patience. Surama has posed a logical question for all of us. So there's no point in getting agitated over that.
No, ma'am. But why should we trouble ourselves with such questions? We do not run the country or a state. It is for the leaders and administrators to decide.
Yes,
I think you are wrong on this count, Varun. Because the solution to the problem is best when it comes from people at the grassroots. People like us. What say, Tarun?
I am trying to follow what you are saying, madam, but I can't think of a solution. Whenever I go to the city, I find the amount of trash occupying large spaces. In fact, it seems to me that the amount of trash is growing by leaps and bounds every day.
Ma'am, Tarun is actually not wrong. Our village roads are also remaining littered with waste all through the year. We have very little number of shops here, yet the amount of trash those are generating is quite sizable.
And there's no denying that the best solution to the garbage problem is to produce as little of the same as we can.
Okay.
But our civilization, it has failed in this area badly. Trash is simply increasing day by day. In fact, it is increasing at a rate that is far more than the rate of increase of population.
Ma'am, that is exactly why I ask about an alternative to landfills.
It would be easy to give you a slogan then with the 3 R's, Suramma. And do you know what the 3 R's are?
What are they?
Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Oh.
But that will not answer your question. Okay, let me do one thing. I will tell you about a seminar where I took my students last month. We happened to listen to some serious discussion on the waste management.
Nandini,
Yeah.
we are enriched by your lecture.
Oh, thank you so much.
But do you really feel that the method you mentioned can help us?
Fatima, I'll tell you, these are not my methods.
Oh.
These have been advised by the US Environment Protection Agency, or EPA. Shall I repeat those?
Please do that.
So the EPA requires all new landfills to include a leachate collection system. Recirculation of leachate accelerates the decomposition of the solid waste. Did you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
I have no idea about this system. Could you please elaborate?
Yeah, sure. So, leachate is liquid generated from the rainfall and the natural decomposition of the waste. And this is filtered through the landfill to a leachate collection system. And the leachate collection system's job is to direct the leachate to the collection sumps so it can be properly removed from the landfill.
I see. What are the components of this system?
I'll tell you. The leachate collection system is designed with a minimum 2% slope to drain to the collection sumps. And these collection sump consists of the HDPE riser and submersible pump as well. Leachate drains to the leachate collection system where it is transferred to a central collection pump and piped to an on-site holding pond.
Wow, that is a pretty elaborate system. I guess one needs to invest additional money to have such a structure.
But if we are at all worried about public health, then we have to invest in this manner.
We were talking about capturing methane.
That is again a very good idea. Methane gas produced during decomposition can be captured to generate electricity.
Oh.
I have one statistic from Yolo Country, California. There, a landfill releases 14 lakh cubic feet of gas a day used to generate electricity. I am sure we could replicate the process here also.
Could you tell me what landfill mining is? I once heard the term, but I'm not sure what it means.
Okay, let me tell you. Landfill mining is a process that is used to reclaim the materials of the landfill for other purposes.
Okay.
More than 65% of the product from a landfill is usable soil. Small percentage of other materials such as rock, metals, wood, aluminium, glass, plastic and other items can all be extracted from a landfill that is ready to be closed.
You are ruling out incineration of waste totally.
Please do not put words in my mouth. I am not rejecting incineration or controlled burning of waste. But as we all know, incineration has several problems associated with it. So I would not advise the same for just any case. You have to take such decisions intelligently.
I'm not very clear about incineration. I can understand that it is controlled burning, but I wish to learn more.
All right. So, incineration is basically a waste treatment technology, which includes the combustion of waste for recovering energy.
Okay.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so among the waste to energy technologies, incineration stands taller. Okay, other technologies are gasification, anaerobic digestion, and pyrolysis. Sometimes incineration is conducted without the reason for recovering energy.
So, why do we find people raising objections to incineration?
Madhura, I can chip in here with some fact.
Oh, yeah, please do.
In the past, incineration was conducted without separating materials, thus causing harm to environment. This unseparated waste was not free from bulky and recyclable materials. Even this resulted in risk for plant worker, health and environment. Most of such plant and incineration never generate electricity.
I agree. Incineration reduces the mass of the waste from 95 to 96%.
Oh.
Yeah, and this reduction depends upon the recovery degree and composition of materials. Yeah. So this means that incineration, however, does not replace the need for landfilling, but then it reduced the amount to be thrown on it.
So, we are back again to landfills.
By the way, I'm not finished with incineration yet.
Oh, I see. Please proceed.
Incineration comes with a number of benefits in specific areas like medical waste and other life-risking waste. In this process, toxins are destroyed when waste is treated with high temperature.
Yeah, incineration or thermal treatment of waste is much popular in the countries like Japan, where there is scarcity of land.
Yeah, that's right.
So, incineration is not that bad, but it still cannot remove the need for landfills, you mean?
You got it so correct.
So landfills will always be there. No respite from it.
So it seems, huh?
But we can make landfills better. There's no doubt about it. And moreover, there's no justification for claiming huge areas for landfills at will. The administration has to be circumspect.
Okay, ma'am. I sometimes think if we could take the waste away from our planet, maybe into space. I don't know. Is that possible?
Well, the idea has its merits.
Thank you.
But there are just two problems.
And what are they, madam?
Humans produce an enormous amount of garbage. And second, rocket launches are extremely expensive.
So, no relief that way.
Even if engineers could bring down prices by a factor of 10, then it would still be thousands of dollars to launch the garbage into space, Varun.
No point in imagining fancy methods, ma'am. We have to find earthly solutions for our problem.
There you
That
are.
asks for reducing waste.
So, do you hear so much about recycling?
We hear so much about recycling. But isn't that helpful? Or are we actually too lazy to implement the scheme of recycling?
Of course it is helpful, Surama. Take, for example, the case of paper. Recycled paper produces 73% less air pollution than if it was made from raw materials.
Is that
God,
so?
really?
Yeah, and there are other pointers also to impress you. Like one recycled plastic bottle would save enough energy to power a light bulb for 3 hours.
Amazing.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
And there's even more. One recycled glass bottle will save enough energy to power a computer for 25 minutes.
Madam, so why don't we recycle everything, huh?
Well, Tarun, that should be exactly the ideal scenario. Debates have often been raised as to whether the costs of recycling outweigh their benefits.
And ma'am, what is this decision?
Yes.
The verdict is still in favor of recycling. But there is another good alternative to recycling.
An alternative to recycling?
Yeah?
I thought recycling is the only alternative.
There you go wrong, Tarun. An alternative to recycling that almost always appears to be the cheaper option is Reuse.
Reuse? But how?
See, reusable containers only have to be manufactured once for hundreds or thousands of uses. And the energy cost between uses is approximately that of cleaning the container with soap and water. Just that. And a negligible expense compared to sorting, melting down, and pouring the material into a mold again, for example.
We are already doing that, ma'am. What is so novel about this now?
Nothing, Surama, almost nothing. But we also have to teach this good habit to everyone who's driven into believing that each item should be thrown into the waste basket after a single use.
So that is a smart way of reducing waste.
Yeah, and a very effective also of reducing the need for landfills.
That's wonderful, ma'am.
Wow, that's
and
great.
now it's getting late.
Yes,
we
yes.
all need a good night's sleep before we can start spreading good habits.
Yeah, but promise me that tomorrow onwards you will definitely spread these good habits.
Absolutely, ma'am.
I'm sure.
Good night. Life must go on. You were listening to the 48th episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar, titled Disposing Waste the Environmental Style. Coordinators were Dr. Chandar Mohan and Dr. B.K. Tyagi. Research and script Dr. Manas Pratim Das. The episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar. Presented by Dilip Jha. Recording and mixing Diksha Sharma. And the participating artists were Nitin Bhasin, Vaibhav Srivastav, Rakshit Thaplial, Vasundhara Bose, Pragya Jha, Manal Saeed, Tanvi Khurana, and Mamta Malkani. Hey listeners, please stay with us because here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winner will get attractive prize from Vigyan Prasad. The first question is, recycled paper produces how much less percentage of air pollution than if it was made from raw materials? And the second question is, what do you mean by incineration? You can send in your answers by simple post. Our address is Science Serial Life Must Go On, All India Radio, room number 615, New Broadcasting House, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. You can also write on our email ID, that is radio@vigyanprasad.gov.in. Please do write your name, age and profession. If associated with any science club, then do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question regarding our program, don't hesitate to write into us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial. Life must go on. Same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.